North of the Krovian Empire, the Tanarian continent reaches out into the Great Divide. This dark and twisted expanse is home to the kingdom of Nephistrad and is the birthplace of the Sanguis species, humans who drank from the Crimson Cup for a chance at immortality and the pains of an insatiable bloodthirst. This joyless land is ruled by the first one to drink, Harlock von Lishkin and his Sanguis lords. A vampiric leadership blessed to the noble houses has warped the Nevermore expanse into a ruthless place where social structure is just as dangerous as the blood-drinking monsters that roam its lands. The people of Nevermore live out their lives under the watchful eyes of the Crimson Order, a religious organization that worships the Scarlet Walker. If citizens residing in the safety of a city's walls pays their blood tax and provides an uninterrupted supply of fresh blood, they are free to live in whatever meager or modest ways they deem fit. Unfortunately, the 5 of you have all had your lives cut short by the harsh realities of the Nevermore expanse. Each of you has found the sweet release of death in your own ways. And so we begin in death. 1 second prior.
Do that on the map.
What's up? You don't see death? You don't see death on the map?
I think it's to the northwest.
Oh. You got some liquid death.
Liquid death. Liquid death on the map.
Would it be the first time I played a dead character?
But 1 second ago, you were all lying devoid of life. You felt a strange sense of freedom, as if the pain and suffering you felt just seconds before have disappeared, leaving you free from your mortal burdens. You each blink, adjusting to your surroundings. You seem to be hovering above a current of water, but as you look at yourself, you appear to be dry. You blink again, and you realize you do not hover above water, but an enormous serpent creature stretches thousands of miles in both directions. You hover upon the back of Bodoma, the last guide, the primal deity, and the two-headed serpent that stretches into both the heavens of the above and the hells of the below. You have died, and you now must face Bodoma's judgment to enter your afterlife by walking along the back of the great serpent, either towards the above or towards the below, in whichever direction her judgment wills it. You go to take a step, and as all 5 of you go to take a step, let me know which direction do you go. Do you think you step towards the above and towards the heavens, or towards the below and towards the hells?
Do you get to pick, or is it dependent upon your character's past actions?
You get to pick, and then Bodoma, her judgment will either like force you to go a different direction, or she might just continue to let you walk.
Okay.
Oh, I'm stepping down.
Okay.
Adu would immediately start walking towards the heavens.
Yeah, Jin will also step towards the heavens.
I'm gonna walk down.
Ooh, okay.
I think I would probably take a minute to kind of look at both sides.
Okay.
Considering where I am, and then probably move towards the heavens.
So as you all go, take your first step. Suddenly you wake with a breath so deep it feels like it's ripping your lungs apart. The pain and suffering you had left behind returns, hitting you like an ocean wave. You slowly open your eyes as you feel every inch of your body begin to ache. You're dizzy, you're exhausted. But as a whole, any of the injuries that took you from the mortal plane have healed. As you come to your senses, the smell of death and decay rises around you. You are stuffed into a box made of stone, a corpse coffin, used by the Crimson Order to transport mass bodies for blood draining. Dozens of corpses lie around you, lie on top of you, and lie under you. But you do notice that others are moving within this pile of death. And so as all of you are inside this stone coffin, surrounded by hundreds of decaying bodies, let's describe what each person looks like. Let's get some intros going. So, Gallis, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. I'm a I guess theoretically middle-aged tiefling is about 140. No, I guess what else? You want class and all that junk too?
That's up to you.
He's a cleric follower of Asana to a point. Kind of spent his years roaming the universe of Erenel lands to kind of learn what he can.
And next up, we got Jin.
Oh, all right. Well, see, he'll definitely adjust his straw hat, as you can then notice he's Hanoi. Just some ragged robes, a bit rough. He'll have like a bow and 2 swords along him. Yeah, long black hair, tied up in a ponytail. I guess all ragged now and covered in blood. So, and then you'll also see 2 scars along his left cheek. One going down his eye and one across it.
Very nice. Next up is Nephon.
All right.
I get it right? Is it Nephon?
Yeah. Nephon's gonna kind of try to roll around and realize that he's surrounded by corpses and gag a little bit. He is a black dragonborn. He only has one eye. The other eye is covered in what seem to be not necessarily fresh scars, but they don't seem like they've fully healed and faded. And one of the horns is on the same side as the slash eye is a little damaged too. Yeah, that's pretty much it there.
All right. Next up is the Omniscient Narrator.
So I guess as I get up, he's gonna rub like the top of his head, about where like the cracks in his horns are, but it's about like maybe 5-ish feet, so he's a little bit on the shorter side. Red eyes, very dark hair, dark blue hair, skin blue. Kind of like not quite as old of a tiefling as Gallis, but still very much like a younger adult. Pretty standard pretty tattered wizard robes. Looks like he's been pretty well traveled before.
And we have Radu.
Radu is going to sort of just... I don't know if I can sit up in this. I don't know how exactly tight it is. But if there's space to stretch and just go, that's better. I was wondering when that would happen. And he sort of pokes a finger through a hole in his suit in sort of the front. He is a halfling. The only flaw in his appearance beyond his sort of tousled hair is a stab wound in his jacket that is sort of seeped with blood right around the abdomen area, which he's currently sort of poking through. He'll then run his fingers into his pockets and sort of turn them out and realize all of his money taken. It's just fucking typical. Before reaching into under his shirt and pulling out a sort of amulet. So looking at it, of course I can't get it of view, can I? And is the top of this open?
No, it's closed. You're in a closed box.
Huh?
So it's about 4 feet up from where you're sitting, so you have a little bit of room to stretch. But it is a stone, like, coffin enclosure.
Alright, he'll just sort of put it back. Can't get rid of this fucking thing, can I? Anyway. And so he seems, despite the weird situation, he seems weirdly, unusually comfortable.
So the 5 of you wake up inside this stone coffin, realizing there's a couple other of you still alive. What would y'all like to do?
I will turn around, look at the party, and you'll see the Omniscient Narrator just crack that little smile he has on his portrait and just put his hands together. Ah, you must be the adventuring party.
I was just
no?
dead.
No, I'm not an adventurer of any sort, but you do you, my friend.
While they're conversing, Neph, still gagging, is going to try to get out. However, that is.
Yeah, Jin would also be like, is there a way out? Do anyone know? Does anyone know? Are you all alive?
You don't see any
alive
doors
over
or
here.
windows. There is just a little bit of light coming through some of the cracks at the top, which you assume is a very heavy lid.
Radu is going to sort of look around at mostly Jin, Nephon, and Nephon. Well, you all seem quite strong, yes? How about you push the top?
Yes, please. Ready?
Sounds good. It's like, Dan Nephon's gonna try to push the top.
Give me an athletics
we'll
check.
like heave ho.
And then you get, if you want to get help from Jin, do an athletics check at advantage.
Okay, let's see.
Figuring Ness the strongest.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Neph is strongest.
Okay, well, let's see if I'm actually strong.
16. With a 16, you push. Both of you push the stone lid. You can see as you push it, some dust and debris starts to fall into the cracks. It slightly shifts, but doesn't open.
Before us lies a heavy roof.
So, since
I don't know if it's really your roof, if you can move it.
Since I'm a black
Really more of a lid.
dragonborn, I get my breath action and I shoot acid. Would acid be able to melt the stone here that we happen to be caught in?
Shoot in your corner, please.
Okay, they don't shoot at the roof.
Yeah. So, for the sake of the character and that he's already gagging a bunch, he's just gonna lean over after exerting himself incredibly hard to try to open that, and he's just gonna like start spew acid onto one of the walls.
Okay. Give
Let's
me
say,
give me an
this
attack.
one.
Okay. Yeah. See how much damage it does to the wall. So as you rear back and exhale acid onto the wall here, you can see in this area, it does take 4 acid damage and it does burn a bit, but doesn't burn enough to fully get out. But you have started to weaken that wall.
Well, the strength doesn't seem to be working. Perhaps I can work my magic, Radu will say, and I'm going to try to go this box and just knock on the wall and just start shouting, "Hello? We are in here! Please let us out!"
Our draconic friend is rather ill, spewing acid all over the wall. It is unfortunate.
Oh, I think I'm gonna puke again. I don't do well with the dead.
You
You
hear
haven't been around much, have you?
you'd
Sorry,
hear
what was that?
you'd hear nothing coming back from the other side after you shouted.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, while that's happening, you guys could probably see Jin feeling around and looking. How much light do we see? Is that not much light? Only from the cracks, by the way?
Yeah, just a little
Or
bit
it's
of
like
dim light from the cracks.
Okay, so it's like pitch black for me then. I'll try and turn my lantern on.
Okay. You got it. It illuminates
Jin
the
turns
dead.
When Jin turns his lantern on, Radu can. Oh, Jesus Christ! That's what that smell was. He sort of suddenly is pulling his hands away from all the corpses, like, gross. Not so much horrified, just like gross. It's touching me. Dead people.
Yeah, you can see Jin kind of frantically kind of looking through the bodies too.
Yeah, Nephon's gonna react similar to Radu here. Now that he can see the corpses, just the disgust increases, and he's trying to get out of the bodies, or do we have our equipment yet, or no?
You do. Yep.
Oh, okay. So now he's gonna start rummaging around in the bodies and pull out just this, like, what initially it just looks like he's pulling like a rod out from underneath the bodies, and as he keeps pulling, multiple of the bodies on the ground shift, and he pulls out this giant hammer looking thing. And he's gonna take a really, really deep breath, and he's gonna swing at the place where he threw up the acid with the maul.
Okay. Give me an attack. Yeah, nice. So you rear back with all your might, and you smash into the wall here, crippling the wall, busting the wall down.
Ooh, huge.
And he's going to run out of there so quickly.
As soon as you step out, you step into stomach acid. As you finally emerge from the stone coffin, you blink, you take in your surroundings. And at first it's hard to comprehend just what you are, but you slowly understand. The coffin you were being transported in must have been swallowed by an enormous creature, and you are in this enormous creature's stomach. You can see bits of a ship's hull and a mass slowly corroding around you. And then there's that thin layer of acid on the bottom floor that you just stepped in. You guess you may have been transported by boat, and that boat has faced the unfortunate end of being swallowed by this creature.
Before us lies a giant stomach. We must find a way out, adventurers.
You know, I always thought if I was going to end up in somebody's stomach, it would be in a lot smaller pieces than this.
That would be what some would call a fetish.
Just gonna give Mr. Omniscient Narrator here a strange look and turn
He's still
away.
got a shitty little smile on his face.
I think I've been to a party with this kind of theme. It's sort of an escape room, yes?
Yeah, you guys still see Jin is still in there. You can kind of hear him just rummaging through all the bodies, though. He's obviously searching for his family. So.
What is our interesting friend doing with those corpses back there? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I can't really tell.
The adventurer appears to be rummaging through the crate full of former adventurers. Adventurer.
I'll be honest with you. With the people I have known, I would not ask such questions.
I genuinely...
Huh?
You could go.
But since we are all here, enjoying this lovely scenery, and by that I mean trying to get out, I'm assuming we should probably introduce ourselves, yes?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I will go first. I am Radu Alexandru. I am a low-level noble from a house in Nephon. And I am, by far and away, the best party planner in all of the Krovian Empire. I assure you of that.
Well, I guess while our friend still rummages through for whatever. My name is Gallis. I am more of a teacher / learner. I've wandered, the Empire for many years. Did you know that the Nevermore Expanse is the only place that you cannot worship the light? Now take a look at Radu.
I did not catch that.
The Nevermore is the only place where you can't worship the light.
For sure.
That
Nephon.
And I would take a look at Radu's shirt and be like, "Huh, you have a hole in your coat."
Yes, well, I was stabbed by a couple of bloody ruffians when I was on vacation.
Huh.
Take a bit of my money and they end up killing me. Worst muggers I have ever worked with, I tell you that. absolutely no professionalism. They were rude too.
You paid them, or you were mugged by them?
I was mugged by them, and no respect these people.
I'm
Very
sorry,
rude.
but I don't think that qualifies as working with them.
It's a rather
everyone you interact
unfortunate
with, you
profession where the people you hire end up murdering you.
Not hire them. Weird blue man who talks in third person.
Well, at that though, I would cast that on his coat.
Oh, thank you. You saved me several 100 gold pieces in repairs. You are a lifesaver.
As much as I like to be tidy at least. Clean, I don't know. The thing's looking nice. And whole.
Nephon's gonna be a little confused because he's gonna try to think back to how he died, but it's a bit foggy in his head. He doesn't seem to be able to quite pick up on what happened to him.
Who are you, Dragonborn friend?
I go by Nephon. I was a slave. I've been a slave most of my life. I have no doubt that the light can't be worshipped here because there is no light in Nephistrad.
Yeah, that might be how I ended up dead too.
Radu just sort of suddenly looks up like he's had a great idea, and he reaches into his shirt, pulls out the same sort of amulet he had before, and just chucks into the stomach acid. If ever I had an opportunity, it's this one. Go back to talking to you guys.
So Jin, you've been looking for some time now, but you don't see any of your family members inside this crate with you.
Sad. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, Jin slowly walks out to you, and then obviously he starts tapping his feet as he's, walking on the ice, and then also gets on top. Gets on top of the ship, the mass, the fallen mass, and he's like, "Oh, I heard you all. I'm just a farmer, but me and my family were attacked late in the night, so I was hoping I would also find them within the corpses that were with us."
You want your family to be dead?
I would at least like to find them and know where they are.
Well, if we are going to find your family, we need to leave this stomach. Any ideas?
Well,
kind of looking around, there looks like there's 2 different ways. I don't know which way to go.
there's usually one way in and one way out. So which way?
Assess?
The chest
Yeah,
isn't
Bruce,
there
can
now.
we assess which way we're getting pulled? Which way the sort of processes are flowing?
Yeah, which way's the poo hole?
Like, give me a perception check.
All right.
If anyone feels like they are pretty familiar with gigantic ocean creatures, give me a nature check.
I'm very familiar with gigantic sea creatures.
There you
I
go.
have definitely read about them at least once, maybe, probably.
Give me a nature check. Let's do the.
Did they try to steal your?
Well, yeah, get that out of the way real quick.
Oh no!
I'm dumb as
Get
well.
that out of the way real quick.
Shit.
Okay. Couple things that got to you. One, with your 12 nature. The creature,
Yeah.
you get the feeling that the creature that you find yourself inside of doesn't appear to be moving, doesn't appear to be breathing. And then as you both, if you all look around, glance around this stomach here, you can see that to your west is what you assume is where the esophagus lies. And then to your east is a large part of the ship seems to be stuck going down the poop chute there. You could go, if you could disembark, like rip through the ship, you could go that way, or you could climb up through the esophagus.
I have good news, my new friends. The first is that I think this thing. The second, and the second is that we can climb this way, and I point towards where the esophagus would be, to get out with relative ease and relative cleanliness.
Do you think it died from being backed up?
That is above my level of biological knowledge, I'll admit with you. I am not exactly a scientist.
I suppose that's a shitty way to expire. How unfortunate.
Has anyone ever told you that puns are the lowest form of humor?
I don't believe so, adventurer. I am just a simple narrator.
I regret even directly addressing. I think it's time to leave.
Was that actually a chest there, Bruce?
No, there's nothing in here except for the ship.
Okay.
I also pinged it, and I was like, ooh, chest.
Everyone
Alright.
sees a chest. Ooh, treasure.
Before us does not lie a chest.
Neff's gonna kind of like sigh and try to facepalm in the most polite way possible, because he doesn't understand what these people are talking about, and he's just gonna walk away.
Okay. So going through the esophagus.
Oh, I have seen this art.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Heck yeah.
Pecker.
Rad as hell.
Crawling
that's
out of
cool.
the creature's mouth and towards sunlight, you step out onto sand. The corpse of your captor, the dead kraken, is splayed before you. A fly swarm monstrosity of stinking flesh, teeth, tentacles, blood, and guts. From this vantage point, it's difficult to say what killed this powerful creature. But you could take a check if you wanted to and see how long it's been decomposing. But you don't have time to gather your strength, as the kraken's corpse has attracted scavengers. Pop these up. You see pale, ovular eyes with large pupils that stick out on a fish-shaped head. The scavenger's loose, leathery skin transitions into patches of small scales around their gills. Despite their ties to the aquatic life, they are bipedal. Except for finned toes, they appear human-like and carry both a spear, and you notice they carry shields, but the shields are coated in a very sticky ooze. They are the dangerous Tuatoas. And we're going to roll initiative.
Remember, adventurers, there's always a bigger fish, but first, you must defeat the smaller.
Wow, 3. Good start.
I'm really loving these high initiative rolls, everybody.
I'm blaming it on the fact that Nephon is still severely sick and trying to hold it together here.
That's fair. Radu is bad at initiative because Radu does not.
Gallis is up first. Gallis, you see 2 Kuotoas to the north that were harvesting tentacles, and then 2 to the south doing the same. What would you like to do?
Do they look at us at all, or are they focused on the tentacles?
They do notice your presence, and they've turned to you, and they're look like they're about to charge you.
Alright. I don't know what these are, but they don't look friendly.
These are also the Kuotoas of the new Monster Manual 2024.
Ooh.
We do have all the attack stuff, so if you target things and attack, you'll do like your animations. And you all have the new tokens, dynamic tokens, so you'll see if you become bloodied. When you take hits, you'll have a flash red. Your tokens, pretty sweet.
Nice.
Damn, one of them rolled worse than I did.
Yeah, that
we got
one.
that one.
Wow.
So how far is that?
Well, we got.
It's 30 feet to there, huh? I'm 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Sorry.
Gold Space has gifted the menace and pun master, the narrator, inspiration.
Of course she has. She would too.
There's a place in your character sheet to mark it to, next to your level. Little star.
I appreciate the encouragement of my bad behavior.
Of course she does. She's the worst pun maker I know. Like the most severe punner I know.
14
It's criminal.
with the poison spray. The toxic mist hits.
Oh no, you rolled a 1 for that D12. That's so sad.
Yep.
Oof. Big sad.
Let's see that.
You know, at least you hit there. It's better than nothing.
As far as I can get. It's going to throw a net at the one that just fired at his friend. There comes a net coming to Gallis.
Look at this net.
Big deck save. The net comes at you to easily sidestep it. The narrator.
Let's see. Is that tongue blocking like line of sight? Can I clearly see?
Yeah, you
all
can,
four of these
you can see
guys?
over it to the guys. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll look at one of the ones to the south. And with the same fucking smile that he's had this whole time, you I haven't think about doing this for spells, and now I'm contemplating it.
no.
But I could do Witch Bowl. Oh, I don't even have that prepared. Never mind. I can't even use
Clap
it.
of thunder.
All right. I will cast chromatic orb. And we will do lightning.
You got it.
Oh, and two of them are the same.
8 misses.
Unfortunate.
Wow, we're really going for big damage here.
Jin, yeah, that's what I think would have been sick if it hit.
Actually, give me 1 second. I think I can do something.
Okay.
Never mind. No, I disadvantage, but I don't think that would be helpful.
Would it be something that's helpful to us?
Hey, Bruce, does that leaf technically need to hit?
Yeah, you'll see Jin charge in pretty quickly, and you'll see him strike with 1. Oh. I didn't mean that, but sure. I mean, I would have attacked with a scimitar, which would have been the same thing, attack anyways, but yeah.
Okay. Real quick before you go, the chromatic orb says if you roll 2 of the same number on 2 or more of your d8s, and you roll 2 8s, it leaps to a different target of your choice within 30 feet of the target. So make an attack roll again with your chromatic orb, because you might have it jump to the creature next to it.
Ooh, that's
Even though you missed the first one.
Wow, chromatic orb is way better.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
yeah, way better.
Oh, because that, yeah, okay.
Ooh.
There we go. So then the one next to him.
So the 17 does hit. And that's 12 damage. So this guy gets smacked, and you should see the bloody condition.
Yep.
With like the purpley blood.
Yep.
Alright, and then the short sword.
Fish blood.
Jin with the short sword, 26 does hit for 9 damage. And he's also bloody.
The new chromatic orb is shocking.
And then he'll follow up with a scimitar attack.
18
Look
hits.
at the narrator when he says
Bam.
that.
And that slices through, kills that Kuto.
Yeah, so you'll see Jin run up and just quickly chop up this little guy.
Nice. Just profit dropping in 600 biddies to give Gallis, Nephon, and Radu inspiration. What's up, Prophet dude?
Ooh,
Hey.
Oops, wrong measurement there. Oops.
They were inside the
Yeah,
body of a
chat-
dead Kraken.
With chat giving us inspiration plus all my other dumb nonsense, I never need to fail.
Jen, you want to move any more?
No, I'll stay back. Make sure I'm closer to the party.
So this Kuto that was hurt, gonna run up to here. It's going to attack the narrator who viciously hit him with a chromatic orb. Kuto is gonna come out with a spear. A miss.
You have missed, fisherman.
With the confidence of someone who has never been in a fight, but who has read and heard lots of stories about cool fights, Radu's gonna start to walk up towards this Kuatoa and just grab a longsword that's just sticking out of the sand.
Okay.
So, apparent reason. And then he is going to go to the Kuatoa and go, "Aha! Avast ye!" And is going to swing his longsword, just flailing wildly. And I don't think I'm gonna keep that roll.
Yeah, it's
think
definitely flailing. There we
Yeah.
go.
Even with the nat 20, anyone here who has ever used a blade can tell clearly Radu does not know what he's doing. He's just swinging it. It just happens to land exactly where he would need to, but he has no capacity with this weapon.
Did you use inspiration or did you use
I used inspiration
inspiration? Okay. Take that off there.
because I don't think I can re-roll. I technically have to. I have to do it. Declare it first. I think.
I think you can reroll 20s, right? Like whatever you roll a d20 for now.
Yeah, now you can
With
reroll.
inspiration.
You can reroll 20s. You can reroll damage. You can reroll any dice, basically. Any dice.
Well,
Oh, okay. Nice.
in that case, yeah, well, I use the inspiration, but I'll know that for next time. So that'll be a 7.
7 damage is enough to kill this Kuto. Bam.
And I
He'll
will.
just sort of like.
I'll look down at Radu.
I knew this was easy.
Having filled your first your first taste of blood, you feel a surge of adrenaline, adventurer.
Now let's see.
Anything else you want to do? Run.
No, I think that'll be it.
Alright. Kuto's gonna run to there. He's gonna make a trident stab at Radu. Oh god!
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's right. You have lucky.
Disadvantage, please.
Okay. So he has the spear turns into a
Oof.
That is not as bad because it's not as much damage.
7.
let me reroll this D8.
All right.
No.
The damage is 1d8 plus 1. Or 4 damage.
That was well worth.
Yep.
the-
Yeah, half the damage. Definitely.
Ow, balls!
It's to you, Neff.
Fuck.
All right, so all of this, Nephon in his life has never had the opportunity to deal with such jokesters and meta commentary, so it's confusing him, and it's kind of pissing him off because he can't figure out what's going on and what they're talking about. So he's gonna get really mad, like really mad here about this. And yeah, so like his one eye changes colors from blue to like a yellow, and he just starts breathing real heavy, and his one eye slits up like a snake kinda, and he's just gonna run, dragging his maul behind him at this little fish dude. And he's gonna try to flatten him with a maul here. Oh.
8 miss.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. If you hover over the 8, there'll be an up and down arrow. You hit the up arrow.
Up.
Yeah, that damage is nuts. Yeah, there we go.
Oh god.
Oh, nice.
Rip and tear.
Yeah, I got a little Doom Slayers. Yeah, just smushes this little fish dude. Just so angry.
So that was with the maul. So you have the topple mastery, right?
Yeah.
How do you make a con save? DC 8 plus ability modifier plus proficiency. You got a +4 strength. So 6. So I gotta be a 14. Nope, I'm knocked prone.
Rip and tear until it is done, barbarian.
Kuto looks really bloody, really, really bad as you just crushed him into the sand.
Okay, and yeah, that's all I could do. He's gonna briefly flash the Omniscient Narrator, whom he can barely hear through his seeing red, just an annoyed glance.
I'm in danger.
The Kuto's gonna stand up. Ah. And it's gonna pull out a spear and try to stab Neph. 13?
No, I have 15.
Nice. Now the round goes to Gallis.
Looking up at the one that I was at before, I think the Barbarian's got that one. Gonna look at the one down below.
I love how automated this all other thing is now.
Yeah, it's nice.
So nice. So easier. Oh god. One hits for 6. As you poison spray this Kubutoa. Not bloody yet, but still who took the damage.
That's all I got.
I will come up behind the Kuatoa. And in a very creepy way, he's gonna try to put his hands on the back of the Kuatoa. And as he does, you feel cold and upset for assaulting the adventurers. And I will try to chill touch him.
17 hits. 4 damage. And Citrus does something else now too, does it? Yeah, it doesn't regain hit points. Can't regain hit points till the end of your next turn. Sick.
Ooh, juicy.
Goes to Jin.
Oh, this guy's still alive? Okay. Yeah, Jin will look at Nephon and be like, he should be fine. Because he's in an angry rage and steps down to this guy.
Hey.
Wait for it, and the 9 damage is enough to carve this guy, and he is dead. The quick slice.
So that's 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. End my turn.
Goes to Radu.
Radu, absolutely satisfied with having killed just one Kuatoa and not died immediately to being stabbed, is just gonna sort of like swing the long sword in the air a little bit, and then just let it drop beside him and be like, "That was incredible! I feel like my blood is on fire!"
And that just
Let the barbarian rip this guy to pieces. I don't need to get involved. This is a slaughter at this point. I got no problems.
Yeah, let's see if I can hit him. As he's going to exert himself to swing this incredibly large hammer again, he's gonna grunt and just go, "Me too!" And in between the words, swing them all overhand, like he's playing whack-a-mole at this little fish guy. No!
He's still alive!
Oh, God. Why you roll so bad?
I don't know.
Unless you want to run with advantage, you still have inspiration.
Oh wait, do I swing? I swing at advantage from rage, don't I? Dude, is that...
No, Nephon.
No?
Nephon spent on their last attack in order to hit again.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I already used it.
You haven't
don't.
rolled well a single one of your first rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah,
I mean, do you have reckless attack? Is that still a thing?
I think that's 2.
Yeah, not yet. I don't get the joy of that.
No
Okay.
auto advantage yet.
The little guy's still alive.
For now.
He's gonna rear back after dodging your huge warmaw swing, and he's gonna try to stab you in the knee with the spear. Yeah! 14 misses.
I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took a spear to the knee.
And then he's gonna let you try to swing at him, he's gonna try to run. Whee!
Wait, I get to swing at him?
Yes, if you want to use your reaction to swing.
Oh, yeah.
Him. Erase his bloodline.
Yep. He takes a step, and then just gets hit for 14 damage and just crushes him.
I want to launch him.
vaporize.
I want to launch him this way. Like I swing like a baseball bat with it and hit him in the side and just launch him.
That's combat.
But I think he's gonna like continue celebrating a little bit before kind of looking. He has been stabbed, and then turn back to the group. Quick question for any of you: would you perhaps be able to help with this? And he sort of gestures at his stab wound. It's becoming quite bad.
Well, I have a healing kit, but nothing that will fix it immediately. So I can patch it up.
I suppose I can offer you a hand, and I'll just cast guidance on you.
So, Neff is gonna sit crisscross applesauce in the sand and put his hands over his ears for a moment once they start talking, and he's just gonna start taking deep breaths in and out so he can calm down.
Okay. Take your rage off.
Yeah. Then he's gonna get back up and come over.
Well, if you would be willing to help me patch it up at least, to stop it from getting sand in, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'll use a healing kit and, take whatever medical things that are in it to patch up whatever, to seal the hole at least, and then wrap it up.
Okay.
I'll even tear off a line of my robe just to wrap it up.
Okay. It doesn't heal you, but it makes you feel better. Radu.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
aesthetic.
pretty much.
Now, what do these little goblins have on them? Let me go and sort of see if they have anything interesting.
Yeah, so searching the
Curiosity
goblins.
more than anything else.
They don't wear anything. Each one holds a spear if anyone wants to take a spear. But you do notice through your searches that positioned under this tongue, it looks like they were starting to collect some of the belongings. So Radu, I'm going to drop a recovered stash onto your inventory. It'll be on your inventory tab, be next to your pouches.
Yep, I see it.
Nice. There's a couple things in there.
So he's gonna sort of pull out with a bread potion, a couple apples, a drinking horn, a rolled up piece of parchment, and a very similar, if not the same, amulet as before. Sort of pulls out of this stash, sort of sorts it out. And when he gets the amulet, just goes, and puts it back around his neck and tucks it back away. So, got a few things in here. Red potion, some apples, food, a drinking horn, for drinking if you are. And what looks to be, and he's going to unfurl the paper, a map of the Nevermore Expanse. And just at the statement at the mention of the Nevermore, as he's saying Nevermore Expanse, like his expression's sort of dropping. Cool. I hope this does not come in handy. He's gonna roll it back up. Does anyone want anything particular?
Look down the map. The map's now in 5e 2024. They give you +5 bonus to survival checks when you use it. Find your way.
Ooh.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, actually.
My inventory, unless someone wants the map, because they'll be better at survival.
If you're like the scout, someone trying to guide the way.
I'm not great at survival, but I'm not terrible.
I got decent. I got a +4 right now.
Either you or me, I guess, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, I'll walk over and say, I know my way around the expanse. I've been running for a while.
At the mention of that, he's going to sort of look at you and go, question then. If you are familiar with the expanse, does this area look familiar to you? And he's going to gesture around.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna give some looking around. What check should I do for this?
Make a survival.
Alright. Yeah, he's gonna look around and just kind of shrug and go, I don't know if it's...
+5 from the map.
So you have an 11? It's pretty tough to say. So all you can see right now is the coastline. There's a dense forest behind you that goes a little bit past the beach here, but then it's just open waves, open water in front of you.
Yeah, he's gonna shrug and look at him and... Well, from what I can see, we're on a beach. And that's it. Has nothing else to say, just kind of stares blankly.
With that statement...
That's okay.
Radu, like, that might mean we are not in the expanse. Good. He's mostly muttering that to himself, but he's not saying it like super quietly, so anyone who's kind of listening would probably hear it.
Well, either way, we should probably get away from the beach.
Yes, I agree. Yes. If anyone wants an apple for the road, I have a few. One each, in fact.
Neff will take an apple.
5 apples.
Yeah, Jin will pull out a hand and be like, I'll take one.
Delicious.
No, I can't like send these individually to people. I have to send them as a chunk of 5.
You must have 5 apples.
So, but if we're all just gonna have them and eat them, I can just remove them from my inventory and it'll be simple enough.
Yeah, Jin will just take it and just start biting on it as he starts walking up.
Great.
Neffen's gonna take the apple.
Eat an apple.
Neffen's just gonna put the whole apple in his mouth and just like eat it in one bite. Just
delicious.
Crunching away at it.
I'm gonna move you guys.
At that,
where
I'm just gonna sort of point to him and be like, "You are a fun man. I like you. Lots of men of action. Good to have around."
Yeah, he's gonna look back and say, "Fruit was a treat from where I've lived. Might as well enjoy all of it at once."
So as you guys walk away from this beach kraken, do you want to go east past the kraken, following that coastline? Do you want to go west away from the kraken, following the coastline, or do you want to go north into the forest?
Radu would vote to not wander into like even slightly dense forest. Better to keep sightlines.
Wait, where are we?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
We have an option that is coast. We have an option that is forest.
Well, we have coast, or forest, basically.
Yeah, I guess we could probably just follow the coast too until we find a road.
Or settlement.
Nephin's gonna disagree with that. He's gonna say into the woods we're too exposed on the coast. We could be watched and ambushed from the forest at any given moment.
Valid point.
I guess you could go south and swim until you give out.
I am not swimming in this suit.
Until you get too tired.
I have to know there's a kraken in there.
I paid for this suit. I am not swimming.
We can go into the woods.
I'm also okay with going into the woods. I know about hunting a little bit, so.
I know more about being in the woods than on a beach. It might be wise to navigate through.
If the woods become the consensus, Radu will go along with it, but begrudgingly. But of just like, going to catch the trees on my good jacket, ruin my shoes.
No, you're probably short
the
enough.
adventuring parties decided to suffer the terrors and horrifying monsters and icky things that live within the forest. How daring!
Yeah, at least in the forest we may be able to see living creatures, and we can use them as guides to find some civilization.
Okay.
I'll be very... starting to find the tiefling quite annoying.
Which one? There's two.
The weird
The one
blue
talking.
The one who is annoying.
No,
Gallis
but
is not
I'm just a narrator. You shouldn't be so rude to your other adventurer. Adventurer.
I'm not an adventurer. I am a party planner.
If you pretend he's a voice in your head, it's not as bad. It's inspirational almost.
So you head into the woods. Give me a marching order. Who wants to be in the front, kind of guiding the way? Who wants to be in the back?
I would try to stick to the middle.
I will be second up front.
Yeah, I'll go in the front. I'll be map in one hand, dragging Maul in other.
Okay.
Yeah, I can be in the back.
I'll be describing everything that we see, like, under my breath.
Like that.
But loud enough so you can kind of hear it.
Oh joy.
Lovely.
Alright, so you begin to march into the forest. There's no trail here, so you're just basically having to hack through trees. And as you're marching through, Nephin's in the front. Nephon, give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, a decent roll, finally.
Ooh, very nice.
Which cardinal direction were you for notes?
Pure north.
Thank you.
So you walk for about an hour. With your perception, you don't notice anything dangerous. You do hear every so often crunches of wildlife rummaging through the forest. You would remember from your previous time in the Nevermore Expanse that it was going into autumn. And the trees do look autumn, so you think you're at least on the same continent. You also notice that the sun is beginning to set. You think you might have another 2 hours of daylight before you can either continue your march, do a forced march into the dark, and take the risk. You could try to make a camp. If you wanted to like post up and try to camp and then sleep it off with some watches maybe.
I vote for...
Oh, good. So however you guys want to proceed.
I've been walking for far too long.
Yeah, Nephon's pretty much just gonna relay that information to the people around him. There's no reason to hide any of that. Just, we have 2 hours until the sun sets. Would you rather continue to march into the night or rest?
Continue to march into the night? Are you insane? My feet are sore, I'm tired, I need rest. This sucks.
Well,
I agree. I think some time
Walking for
to.
an hour.
I think some time to at least. Some time to at least sit and recoup and figure out what's going on. Would be good, anyways.
well, I just thought I should ask. I didn't realize that I was marching with a diva.
I don't do marches. I do festivals and such. Parades where you are on floats and horses.
What's
Just
a
think
parade?
this as a parade that you're walking in.
Walk the parades. That's for the poor people.
I'm not familiar with a parade. What is this?
It's a march.
It's like a march, but with like carts and horses and music and good things. Not like this forest.
You find yourself
miss my
far
bed.
away from such celebrations, adventurer.
Oh my god.
So you guys are making camp? Is
Bed
that
and a
the,
wife.
is that the consensus?
Yeah, it seems the camp is.
Okay.
Radu's absolute milk toast, weak sauce body is so dead. He's done. This man has never in a day in his life.
So you guys start to make camp as night sets. If you have dark vision, you should see gray past the light. If you don't, you should just see black.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Just the void.
Oh yeah, no. As it's getting darker, I will turn my lamp back on.
Okay.
Oh, I can see a little bit more.
Yeah,
Nice.
Jin's lamp's on. So as you lay down to sleep, is there anything you guys want to discuss before you take your long rest or attempt to?
Nephon's gonna look around and say, "Don't mind if I apologize if this comes across as callous, but how did the rest of you end up in that box? I guess with me."
Well,
Oh.
for my sake, I got stabbed. Not around here, I don't think. And then died. And I don't know the in-between of how I went from where I died to sort of northern Krov, to wherever we are. Yeah, that's sort of what happened. I got stabbed in a mugging. Really unfortunate accident. Unusual for me.
Are you sure?
Am I sure what?
Seeing your rather outgoing personality, I wouldn't be surprised if this was not the first time somebody tried to stab you.
It's not the first time somebody's tried to stab me. It's the first time it's worked. Well, almost worked.
Fair enough.
It's unusual for it to have taken, so to speak. Which I guess he sort of looks down. It hasn't, but it took for longer than usual. Normally they miss.
Certainly didn't miss this time.
No, quite. It was odd. And at that sort of like mention of it, they didn't miss this time, and his sort of odd. He kind of looks off, kind of contemplative, as if trying to figure out why they didn't miss this time when they tried to stab. To assuming he can't die. Is that kind of energy of like, it's weird. They tried to stab me and it worked. I don't get it. It's very much kind of the look.
Okay, well, he's gonna look around at the rest. Looking to see if anybody else is willing to share.
I was attacked in the middle of the night, just at my farm, with my family. just my parents and my grandparents, and then me. And then we have a small farm north of Grov, so guess I'm not too far. But I saw them die, which is why I assumed they would be within the corpses with me as well.
My condolences to you. The loss of a family is a most difficult pill to swallow.
Oh, right. I also thought I died, but I guess not.
So before we continue, Twitch is about to make me do an ad break. We should do our 5-minute break at the same time. We can run ads while we're at the break and not have to deal with that shit while we're playing.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
good.
So do a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come right back at the campfire scene.
Okie dokie.
See you in a sec, chat. Be right back.
Goodbye, chat. Be good. There's something so very satisfying about being a shitty. Well, soon.
Ah.
I think he's gonna be very helpful in this party.
You know, I can always use an extra meat shield.
Is she?
So what I'm hearing is we're pretty boned on difficult encounters.
What's going on? I just sat back down.
I'm good at difficult social encounters. You're looking for? I've got great charisma.
Yeah, it's to counteract my 4.
Well, I've got pretty good charisma. It's not like incredible, but it's certainly good enough. My current armor is a shirt. So, pretty well defended.
A shirt that I had to fix.
Yep. It's a high-end suit.
Immediately got
A shanked.
It's a high-end suit. It's worth several hundred gold pieces. It's not armor by any stretch of the imagination.
Only worth several hundred gold if somebody wants to pay that.
You're saying we could kill Radu, sell his shirt, get out of
Pay
here.
for the rest of the campaign? Almost certainly. Except, unfortunately, it's now it's probably about to become out of season, so it's not going to...
Out of season.
I think that would only matter to Radu.
That's fair.
Yeah, you have to bring back the ragged look.
All right. Everyone's back? You guys are still sitting around the campfire? While you guys are sitting here chatting, I need everyone to roll a d10.
I'd rather not.
Radu rolls a 10 and explodes.
Everyone do a slash roll 1d10.
Oh no, I did do it the first time. Never mind. That feels appropriate.
We got Jim with an 8, Radu with a 4, Gallis with a 5, Nephon with a 7, Omniscient Narrator. Radu, roll another d10. Actually, no, Radu, roll a d4. Excuse me. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Loving that.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Into the gauntlet.
Okay. So all the 5 of you are sitting here around here, just talking to the campfire. You'd probably put it around midnight or so. It's dark outside of the light of the fire. As you're all chatting, 2 things will happen. One is Radu, the amulet that you threw away that reappeared back in the satchel or the sack that you. Where would you have the amulet right now on your person?
He typically wears it around his neck.
Okay.
Because it has a neck chain and it's easier than having. Or he just throws into the nearest bush and waits for it to show back up.
So the amulet around your neck, while you're all having your conversation, you start to feel almost like a static shock coming from the amulet that kind of it zaps your chest. It's real briefly.
Well, that fits. He wasn't even able to sleep well anyway because of these uncomfortable beds.
As it shocks you,
So he sits up.
both you and Nephon, this is what happens to both of you while the 5 of you are sitting around the fire. So Radu and Nephon, both your minds become cloudy, as if the darkened boughs of the shadowy world of the ethereal plane reaches out to claim what it's lost. You both feel a strange sensation that you should search for more light and more warmth.
More what? Sorry, it cut out.
More warmth, like more heat. Like you're getting really cold.
Nephon's gonna shiver and scoot
Yeah,
forward
just
a little
scoot
bit closer to
towards
the
the
fire.
These outdoor beds just are not warm. It's this sucks. Do people live like this?
Yes.
But those with dark vision, you
How?
should see something right there in the darkness.
Oh boy, the Shadow Man.
What
Good.
of that? As someone
You
who does
see
not have
something
vision.
unsettling in the distance, adventurers.
I don't see anything.
Radu sort of goes, no, I don't. I don't like the sound of that.
You see a mass of swirling, shifting shadows. The shadows disentangle itself from the gloom of the surrounding woods, as though a creature is being birthed from the night.
Oh,
Oh
sweet
shit! I'm not okay with that.
Ooh,
Not
maybe
cool. Not cool.
Maybe
but not
not this
cool.
forest.
Yeah, Jin will definitely get up and step back to it. Be like,
For those that see the shadow, you notice that it's right at the very edge of the light, and it will not move towards the light. but it's definitely looking hungrily at Nephon and Radu. It has it's very vaguely bat-like wings. It has a very long tapered neck that ends in a wolf snout, and it has big gray antlers like the stag of a crown, except its head is a skull.
Okay, I know I have been infamous for not making the best decisions when it comes to mysterious things of power in Erenel, but I really want to walk towards it.
Jin will be like, what are you guys talking about? What do you guys see? Why are you guys looking out over there in the darkness?
I don't see anything, but that one, he points at Omniscient Narrator, implied something very upsetting in the darkness.
Oh yeah, there's something there.
Yeah, it's just beyond the light.
The hungry look in its eyes suggests that you may have sold your soul. How careless.
I did no such thing.
I have never sold anything metaphysical whatsoever. Not my soul, not my... I'm afraid I'm not nothing. And any statement in that sense is, to a degree, libel. Or slander in this case.
The creature gives off this like hellacious like wailing screech that echoes, and you see the trees shudder around you. It's like a really high pitched, like almost like a bobcat screech. Then it speaks to you and it says,
"We want your life returned."
Why would I give it to you?
What did it ask for? Was our life or our light? I couldn't make it out.
Your life returned.
I'll type it in chat too, in the Discord or in the Foundry chat.
Awesome.
You shouldn't be alive. You were stolen.
Is that why I'm alive?
We were stolen. Fascinating.
Are you saying stolen to me in the sense that I'm an escaped slave, or
I don't think that's what he's referring to, because I am not an escaped slave, and he also indicated me in that sentence.
I'm assuming our lives were stolen, or our deaths, I should say, were stolen.
Yes, I was going to say I have a ominous feeling that he's more referring to the fact that we all woke up in a cart full of corpses after... I don't know about the rest of you, but I witnessed a Bedoma.
Yes, I was sure I got to.
Is that what that snake was?
Yes.
So
You're not familiar with Bedoma? Fascinating.
No idea.
Will claim you.
And then the shadow decoalesces, and you see it re-emerge into the darkness, and it fades away. And then that chill that you had, Nephon and Radu, that darkened bow that clouded your mind, also fades away. And you lose that sensation to hunt for light.
Into being claimed, I am my own man.
Well,
I've had enough partners like this in the past. It was a bad idea then, it's a bad idea now.
I guess we're really stuck together now. We're being hunted by a terrifying shadow monster.
It is truly unfortunate for all of you adventurers.
You do know that includes you.
If you come with us,
But I was born like this. I am just the narrator. Here to witness the story.
Yeah,
I don't think it is wise to keep interacting with him directly. I don't think it makes him less insane.
Mr. Narrator, do you think that that thing is going to ignore you because you explained to it that you're the narrator?
Oh, I would be very surprised if it did.
All right.
It would be
At least
rather
you understand.
unfortunate for me.
Well, after hearing that, I don't think I can sleep for a while, so I will take first watch.
Well, I wasn't sleeping exactly well to begin with, so I am not actually sleeping now, but I'll do my best. And he sort of lays back in the bed, clearly both emotionally and physically uncomfortable.
So to do a full watch, you would need 3 people total. You can double up if you want to, but you would need at least 3 shifts. Cover
I
the
can
full.
go for
Closer to the fire because he wants to be closer to the source of light.
We got Jin 1, Gallis 2,
I'll do 3.
Pippin 3. Okay. Is there anything you guys want to chat or talk about before we start watches?
Not unless the other two want to share how they died.
Oh yeah, we were doing that, weren't we?
Yeah, but before that happened... Whatever.
Now, some of us told our fun stories. Nephon doesn't seem to remember. Jin, I'm not going to get into Jin's whole deal. It seemed pretty unfortunate. Either of you want to talk, or no?
Like I had said, that they don't worship the sun here.
You keep saying here as if you're like for sure certain we are in Nephistrat.
I can only
I don't-
imagine.
I don't like the sound of that.
Oopsie.
I mean, that's where I was before, so I'm assuming we're still here.
Well, it's not where I was before. I'd rather not think I have arrived there.
Well, bad news, if you're with me, you're probably a Nephistrat.
Shit. Well,
About-
this has not lightened my mood. Anyway. Good night, all of you. Just sort of roll over, facing out towards like the dark.
Do you want to start watches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, so you're in a dangerous place, so Jin, roll a d10.
Oh, fuck.
Well, he would rather stare into the shadows with the scary death monster than look at us.
Okay. The 7, Jin,
Ominous.
you keep about almost a 3-hour watch, keeping the fire lit, as it seems like that strange creature was pushed back by the light. Besides the normal sounds of the forest, your watch is pretty uneventful.
Alright, nice. And I'll slowly shake Gallis a little bit. Be like, hey, it's your watch.
Alright.
Yeah, let's roll
Nothing
d10.
eventful happened, so...
Ooh. I almost got you. So for those that don't know, when you're in a dangerous place, the way I do encounters for long rests is I roll your same dice, and if I match you, something happens.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh.
Gallis, you are able to just look deep into the darkness with your tiefling eyes as you keep watch. You do also keep the fire stoked, just to help your non-dark vision friends and to keep back whatever that was. And eventually you peer into the light of the fire, almost longing for what you feel has been taken from you, what's been lost. Knowing that you don't have that pure light if you are where you think you are. But with the 10, you are Besides the normal sounds of the forest, your watch is uneventful.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Nephon.
Yep. You can go wake him up.
All right, he kind of jerks awake. Then starts his watch.
Oops, I don't want to say it.
Wake up, Nephon.
Booming voice. Wake up.
Waking everybody up.
Oh, I had an 8.
Oh,
There's my rolls.
Ominous.
Wow,
you
I was
wanna
the safest
wake twice
one.
in a row. I don't love that.
And then if you're in like an even more dangerous place, I might ask you to roll like a d4, and I'll roll a d4. That's kind of how the dice get smaller, more dangerous it is. Oh, with a
Increasing
7.
the odds.
Yeah. Nephon, you also keep the fire stoked, knowing and having felt a deeper chill compared to the others that kept watch. But you slowly watch the sun rise above the forest, and when you feel that enough time has passed, you wake up your companions, and your watch is over, and the day has come.
So,
yeah, right. With
I open
he's-
my eyes and go, I don't smell my morning coffee. Why is it not here? So I open my eyes, just look around and go, ah, damn it. I definitely thought this was a nightmare.
Oh, but it is very real,
Just sigh very
adventurer.
heavily. Sighs very heavily and kind of sits up, rolling his shoulders and is now very sore back from having slept on this not exactly great bed. Ugh.
Yeah. After seeing what happened last night, you'll definitely see Jin making sure the oil in the lamp is filled, and before he gets ready.
Yeah, Nephon's definitely going to be making sure that fire is stoked for.
Heading down to the forest. You guys want to keep the same
Do I
marching
need
order?
to have a coffee pot?
Yeah, that was a long
Yeah,
rest,
probably.
right?
Yep, long rest. So give yourself long rest on your character sheet.
Oh, heck yeah.
Take advantage of the automated systems.
I'm gonna get... I forgot how squishy you feel at level 1.
Can't
It's
wait.
not great.
In 2 weeks, the DMG comes out. The new one comes out on Foundry. We'll have all the new magic items. There's like 400 new magic items.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Juicy.
So heading north, deeper into the forest, with Nephon in the front. Nephon, as you're walking along the forest, you start to see that it thins out just a bit, and you step onto a narrow dirt path that goes both to your east and to your west.
Well, we found a road of some kind.
Okay.
Oh, if you look around, do you think you could?
Adventurer?
Do you think you could pinpoint where we are? I think I might be able to help as I look over the thing. I have proficiency in survival as well, so I can like give you advantage on this.
Yeah, I think Nephon will nod and start looking at the map and try to acclimate himself again since they're a little bit further inland now.
Okay.
Who's gonna do the roll?
I will, because I have the map that gives me +5.
Right now you're taking survival with +5.
Can I offer you a little guidance, adventurer?
I'll tell you
Too late.
what,
Oh,
I definitely don't know where so that's a 10 with the map.
Well, if someone's helping you, don't you get advantage?
Oh yeah, I am being helped.
Yeah, and you have
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah. I was like, hold on, I was helping.
Yeah, you rolled it before the guidance too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, just go ahead and reroll. So when I put the guidance on you now, it'll automatically add the d4.
ooh, if
Ooh, much better.
It's fine.
Ooh,
Do you
yeah.
want to roll the? You can roll the advantage. You want to try to get a 30?
yeah, let's might as well.
Okay, my 5's still pretty good. Oh fuck, I love that so much. Automatically takes off. Oh, with a 25. Looking around this dirt road, You see worn tracks going deeper to the east. You don't see any discerning signs to like know where you are, but you do see these very indented dirt tracks going eastward, which makes you think that there might be civilization in that direction. Or at least someone was heading in that direction. Besides that, though, this trail is like very, very light. You definitely know you're not in a highly trafficked area.
Okay, so he's gonna point in the direction of the tracks, and I'm not totally sure where we are for a fact, but I can tell you something is going that way, towards what I could assume is some kind of civilization, hopefully one that we like.
Was it up this way?
Yes, towards the east.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two east roads, that's what it
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's just one. This is the map I grabbed randomly.
Yes, it seems everything's heading that way. We could run away from that, knowing that we may be in Nephon and be walking right into whatever joy that brings.
Well, I mean, there's going to be joy either way, I think.
About the notion that things typically turn out well, and also, I'm not spending another night on a shitty cot in the woods. I say, towards civilization.
But would that be the wisest choice, adventurer?
Well, I think we can at least follow the tracks, and if we don't like the city that we're going to, we'll at least know where we are on the map.
Very true.
I like that. We may just need to take a cautious approach to our march here.
All right.
Okay.
Give me one sec here. I gotta activate some stuff that I had to hide before. So the narrow dirt path that you follow eventually broadens to an expanse of well-trod ground and dry sawgrass. There's a collection of buildings which sits on the riverbank of a slow-moving stream. Looking from your position into this very small town, there are multiple wooden homes, about 1 or 2 room shacks. You see a temple, easily identifiable as a Crimson Order church, which rises above the town on a gentle hillock. And that would make it look like this. I'm going to pop up 2 things. First one is the map of where the city you're seeing.
Fernhaven.
You should see some icons. If you hover over them, it should tell you, like, it should give you the name of it. So you see, like, a Thirsty Thresher if you hover over that icon. Like, you can see the temple down here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see.
Does that work for you guys? Okay.
Yep.
So you see, Nephon. You see that there's the small little signpost that says you've entered. There's a little signpost next to this unmanned watchtower identifying this village as Fernhaven, which would also let you know with the map that you are here.
Okay.
Ah,
Lovely.
You know, Fernhaven, and then you know there's this little town of Yarvik over here. But it gives you an idea where you are.
sort of creep over to Nephon and go, Fernhaven, does that happen to be on your little map?
We're in the Nevermore Expanse. Yep. And he's gonna sigh a little bit, just under his breath, just go, at least we're not in Avacyn.
Yeah, at the concrete evidence that they are in the Nevermore, sort of turn around and go, shit, how the fuck did I end up in the Nevermore Expanse? Oh, no. This was not supposed to happen to me. This is not supposed to happen. He's clearly having a bit of a panic.
You're gonna feel a hand tap you or pat you on the head. It is okay. It will be okay, adventurer.
Oh,
For
wait.
destiny lies onward.
I got a summon button. What does that do? I'm gonna test it. Oh, no way!
Well, like
Probably
summon the
creates-
hand?
Oh,
Yeah, it
look at
does.
that shit.
Summon the
Hand.
hand.
How cool is that? That's pretty badass.
Nice.
Alright, sorry.
Great.
That was cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
With the hand tapping on his head, he sort of spins. Goes, "What the fuck?" Damn wizards.
Well, this place doesn't. Do you guys know of this place being pretty tragic? It doesn't look very tragic. Just looks poor.
It's a small town.
It looks pretty tragic to me.
As you're standing on the side of the road, like looking into the town, you see there are a few people that move through the town that kind of eye you, not menacingly. They just kind of look over while they go about their daily lives. Most of them look old, as if they've been like stopped by the weight of the years of hard work and very hard living conditions. They're all wrinkled faces are mixed with sweat and dust. This looks like a very small, poor human encampment.
We're gonna lean
well.
over to whoever sat nearest to him and just go, "Do you think whatever they have is contagious?"
I think it's called aging, and yes.
I don't. Does
Horrifying.
Depending on the economic state of wherever it is you are in this world, adventurer, it could be contagious.
I'll keep my distance then. I wouldn't want to catch whatever it is they have.
old?
Well, if you guys don't,
I wouldn't want to catch old.
It smells like porn here.
Smells like broken here.
being broke is a way of life.
It's not one I intend to adopt.
Anyways, we could at least use this town to settle down and figure out where to go from here.
Yeah, but use it to get our bearings, yes.
Okay. So as you walk into town, you would see behind you, there's a temple, very easily distinguishable as the Crimson Order Temple, which is where you would know that people go to give their weekly blood tax. Where they have the leeches put on their arm to keep the Sanguis lords away. This one looks this temple looks very disheveled and makeshift. Going into town, there's a nice fish pond to your east. The fish pond has silvery fish that splash and alert your presence. This looks like a maybe like a place where people go after work to fish and to chat. The big thing that pops out to you is the Thirsty Thresher. There's a scythe which projects over the door of this tavern. There's a painted wooden sign that hangs from the scythe that calls it the Thirsty Thresher. There's a broad deck behind the building covered with tables and benches for outdoor eating. But it looks homey despite the rusty blade of the scythe. And then in front of you, you can see there is a town square. Muddy streets. There's a couple vendors. There's a few stalls of merchants that don't really look like they're selling much. You don't think you'd be able to buy much in this town except for maybe things that are under 10 to 15 gold out of the adventuring gear. But not really a place that you want to purchase stuff unless you're looking to get like oil or rations. Anything catch your eye? You want to keep walking through?
From there.
If something catches your eye, you can tell me and I'll take you inside. But those are the two big things that you see as you first walk up.
Yeah, I'll go into the Thirsty Thrasher.
So I'd follow along with that.
Yeah, I'll
Everyone's
follow
going
along,
in.
too.
Radu does not want to be left alone outdoors amongst all these ruffians.
I think we're pretty rough dudes.
Yeah, but none of you have tried to rob him yet, and you seem less poor than there. Oh no, there's more of them.
There's more poor.
Terrifying.
God. you step aside,
love
you can.
playing-
Every good fantasy story begins with extreme poverty in overcoming such tribulations, little adventurer.
Sir Radu, wouldn't you be considered poor now?
Just because I have no walking around money does not mean I have had all of my assets seized.
You died.
Doesn't that mean your next of kin has inherited
And I can
everything
get
that you,
back.
belongs to you?
I can get them back. I know who inherited my wealth. He'll hand it back to me. He's a good friend of mine.
As you all walk in and sit at the bar, you see this is a sturdy timber and stone inn. It has a rugged charm about it, but it's been weathered by years of exposure. Inside, there's a large hearth that dominates the common room over here. It gives you nice light, nice warmth. The air is also filled with warm bread, and you can smell the scent of roasted chickens and potatoes. Everyone here is just kind of talking to themselves. You do see there's a woman behind the
Jin.
bar. Looks like this.
Jin, please move over. I don't want to go sit next to that one. He sort of gestures over at the, Atalia, who is just, a
Nephon will
Just shake his head and just move over to the other side.
This is so good.
There are two
Well,
women. One is younger with red hair that works behind the bar, and she'll ask all of you your order. The other one is an older woman who looks to be almost an almond. You think she might be like a half elf, long gray
this.
hair.
I love this existential fear of old people that's coming.
Yeah.
It's not just old people. Radu has seen old people. It's old.
They're old and poor. Yeah.
He's never seen. Looks like they've worked so much. It's deeply upsetting to him.
As you sit at the bar, the barmaid Lena puts a. She walks up. You all don't look like you're from around here. What can I get you?
What do you have?
That chicken smells pretty good back there.
Hey, tonight's specials, we have roasted chicken with peas. We also have potato with butter and hard-boiled eggs. And then we got our usual ale. Anything sound appetizing?
I'll take one of everything.
I'll join that.
When you say that,
One of everything sounds delightful, barkeeper.
she appears to be the owner of the establishment. She looks over at you at the saying of that. She's not used to seeing people with coins sit down, so she looks over and a little flabbergasted. Takes a step by the door. Well, roasted chicken with peas is a gold. Potato with butter is 2 copper. Hard-boiled eggs are 2 copper, and a mug of ale is 2 copper. But so really, 1 gold, 6 copper. You're getting a good drink with a full meal.
Yeah, not bad.
Fine, whatever. He throws 2 gold sort of across the counter. Yes, I'll try yours. I'll try what you have.
Yeah, I'll also toss 2 gold as well.
Yeah, Nephon's gonna do the same. He's just both excited and hungry as he hasn't had a good meal like that possibly ever.
Oh, sure. Let me, I'll step into the kitchen. Talia, could you take over? She rushes in. Talia walks by, obviously looking at the 5 of you, like eyeing you as she steps behind the bar just to man it. You can hear Lena start to prepare your meals from the kitchen.
As she walks past, Radu is going to get tense, like he thinks he's about to get robbed.
That is such a...
Alright. I love how I've made such a terrible bad person. Objectively terrible man.
You know, he'll learn.
So,
Oh no, think you will.
what brings the 5 of you into the Thirsty Thresher in our small village?
Death.
Extremely bad luck.
A meal.
All
This
of your
adventuring party was all murdered, and now we have to find our way. Which is unfortunate.
She looks a bit
Excuse his
confused.
weird means of
Yeah.
talking. He is insane. I think our previous experiences have rumbled his brain within the brain pan. It has caused some issues.
Yes. Don't mind him talking about all these dead people and such. Just a run of bad luck, trying to figure out what to do next.
Well, aren't we all? Everyone here is doomed with bad luck. Comes with the location, I suppose. You know,
And that location is, of course, where?
you're in Fernhaven, about half a day's walk from the Bay of Sorrows. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of us. Most folk haven't. We kind of stick to ourselves. I mean, we don't even have an official government here.
Oh dear. We threw.
Like government, do
town
you
in
mean,
Nephon.
do you mean town government or do you mean
Exactly, yes. We're
Rasmaran?
still under Razmran, the kingdom of Razmran, but we have no noble house or no mayor here.
Well, that I can tell.
Free from the nobles, you say?
Yeah, we if we were to elect a town leader, the leader here is probably Priest Alvin, up in the Crimson Order Church on the hill. He does his best, but the town is dying.
Why do you say that?
Oh, the harvest is going to be poor again this year. We're too off the beaten path for anyone to care. All the young folk move on as quickly as they can to go to one of the larger cities for opportunity.
As they should. It's good. Wise decision on their part.
It's fair. I fear once Priest Alvin dies, this town is probably going to end. Everyone will move on. I don't mean to be a downer. Let me check with Lena. Get your food and please have a good time. He leaves. After placing
this conversation has certainly raised my spirits.
she places an ale in front of Ichi before she heads out.
How's
With
it look?
that-
How's the ale look? Is it like a nice frosty or is it kind of grim?
It's very watered down. Pretty grim.
Yeah, with that, Nephon's not even gonna look at it. He's gonna raise his mug and go, to a dying town then, and take a drink.
Reggie will sort of raise out to him, but will not drink. You'll put it back down.
As you're drinking,
No,
a woman in a
good.
in a hooded robe walks by, doesn't give you much look, and then walks into the back.
I told you there would be criminals in a place like... Knew it. He tucks his coin purse further into his clothing to like a hidden pocket in his second, in sort of his vest. So not even in his suit jacket, in his vest.
Doesn't paying a bunch of muggers to murder you also technically also make you a criminal as well? Criminal?
I have never paid muggers to kill me. Muggers killed me. I didn't tried to give them money so they wouldn't kill me, and they stabbed me in the stomach and took all my money. Well, most of
Guilty
my
by
money.
association, then.
I don't know why I keep talking to this man. It's a waste of my time and intelligence.
Another man walks in as you're talking. He sits down at the table.
Yeah, that guy's having a party.
He doesn't so much as walk in, he just kind of stumbles in with his own flask and sits down.
I want some of what he's got.
I don't like how heavily armed he is.
Hey! Y'all are new.
Hello?
What are you doing at my tavern?
Having a meal.
Regretting coming in, why?
I regret my entire life, so I guess we're one and the same.
I highly disagree. You seem poor and ugly. I'm supposed to be the high charisma character.
God.
Let me make a quick change.
Fortunately, I've made
There
them
you go.
terribly shitty.
It don't matter if I'm ugly or not. And I'm poor as hell, and that doesn't matter either. You wanna know why I'm poor?
Humor me.
Buy me a
Under
drink and I'll
unfortunate
tell you.
I absolutely will not.
Well, then you ain't gonna know.
Actually, I just gotta hand him the beer I already have. Did you take this? Will you leave me alone?
No, but I'll drink it for you.
I don't love that deal, but I also don't want to drink this, so you can have it. He sort of, he'll sort of hand it off and then like wave away, like sort of the backhanded, like sort of just flicking the wrist up, kind of. Yeah.
Ah, you one of them uppity types. But I'll drink your ale for you, and he downs in a gulp.
Ugh.
As he's
Sounds
drinking
like
it,
these-
Linda's gonna walk out. Oh, don't mind Boris. He's come on hard times, and she's gonna place the roasted chicken, the baked potato with butter, and the hard-boiled eggs in front of each of you that ordered it, and it looks surprisingly pretty well made.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you. Jin will start eating.
Now
Honestly,
you
that's
see,
what I expected.
I was
Oh,
the
Jesus.
best blacksmith from around these parts. From here, and he points to the left. Over to there, and he points to the right. I was the best until my enchanted smith tools were stolen from me. You know how it feels to have something stolen from you?
I was recently
bad.
mugged. Next question.
Yes.
I can see why you'd get mugged. If we weren't best friends, I'd mug you too.
How long ago
I
was
feel
this?
suddenly threatened in this establishment, which I already felt somewhat threatened in.
You'll be fine. We're best friends. This was about 5 years back. You want to know who done it?
Yes.
Really, but I have a suspicion you aren't going to stop talking now.
I'll tell you if you buy me an ale.
Yes, is
sure.
that one still?
I'll be like-
I don't have to.
Lena, here you go. I'll give Lena what an ale was what 2 copper, right? Or 2 silver?
Yeah, 2 copper.
2 copper. I'll give her a silver and be like, here, give him how much ales for this, so that he'll keep telling us whatever else.
Linda chuckles and walks him over an ale, puts it down. He downs it in a gulp as soon as it touches the table. Oh, I know who stole from me. Her name was... She's a gnome named Whipperwit. She's somewhere. Or she's nowhere. But wherever she is, she has my tools, and I bet she's getting rich.
Do you know anyone who would know where she would be?
Could probably make us some good equipment.
Last I heard... Nah, I don't know.
Okay.
Linda leans over to you. She left about a few years ago, and her family hasn't looked back.
Oh, good. So she's real at least.
Yes, we don't believe that she had stolen any enchanted tools from this man, but he used to run the blacksmith here, and since he has become a drunkard, we haven't had a blacksmith here. Hey, you fella. Why is your horn broken?
Who's he pointing at?
Points at the
Our
narrator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I missed the
Oh,
part
I-
of broken horns, I think.
I couldn't tell you. It just happens to be that way, unfortunately.
It's been like that your whole life.
As far back as I can remember. Which I suppose is only a day or two, but yes.
Now you're my type of conversation.
Oh, but I'm just a humble narrator in this grand story we are all woven into.
A narrator, you say? You want to narrate me chugging a ale?
I suppose I can. It is my role. Drunken adventurer.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have any copper pieces. Would you buy
How
me an ale?
unfortunate.
I'll give you some information that only old man Boris will know.
This man has a top level grip.
I'll put a gold on the table, because math is hard for somebody with no memories.
Damn, you buying him like what? 20?
Lena will pass you back 9 silver.
Putting a gold on the table, it's 2 copper. It's
Well, if he gets 9 silver back, it's still 5 ales.
5
like
ale.
50. Oh, it's just 5 is still too many for this man. He's not gonna have any.
Lena walks him over another ale as you guys are finishing your dinner. He holds it and looks at you. Are you ready?
And so, the patron of the bar thus lifted up his glass,
He lifts
and
it.
in one swoop, downed it, consuming the entire ale.
Chugs it 1 gulp. And slams it on the table.
I suppose it is now your turn to weave your own stories now for us.
You're a pretty good narrator. Is that why you all bring him along? You like hearing about your lives as you're walking down the road?
No.
No, we haven't found a way to get rid of him yet.
It's all a matter of circumstance.
I didn't think he would follow us for this long.
But I am the narrator of your story.
I don't think that's necessary.
I've lived quite a long time without a narrator, and it has not steered me wrong.
But he's calling you adventurers. Do you all consider yourself adventurers?
No.
Not until I met him.
Not that I know of. But I guess I am on an adventure now.
Adventurers
So-
by circumstance.
Yeah, if learning is an adventure, then yes.
I suppose you could say that life is an adventure. Adventurer.
So then you are 5 adventurers. Well,
Oh man.
have you heard of the Scarlet Hall's 5 adventurers?
I have not, no.
You ever been to Yarvik?
I'd rather not.
No, I don't believe so.
Well, I have to give you some information for buying the ale, so. There's a town east of here, at the crossroads of Vassian, Braylet, Marzai. There you'll see Yarvik, which is nothing more than a logging town, but the infamous Scarlet Hall is nearby. Lots of adventurers like yourself try to delve its vast dungeons and caves. And if y'all got the balls for it, you could try. But you need permission from the mayor to even go inside. Too many wannabes try to go inside and they have to clean it up if you catch my drift. This is a
What's
little,
worth it?
little side note. This is Jarvik right here. It's a town. If you guys go there, it's a there's a 10-floor dungeon. If you guys want a super dungeon delve for a bit.
A loot.
Stuff.
But y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go behind that tavern here and sleep it off.
What time is it, by the way?
Probably like noon.
Oh, good.
It's a good thing I didn't have that ale then. It's far too early to start drinking.
Well, as they say, early to bed, early to rise makes a man an alcoholic, I think.
In his case, I do think that is appropriate.
Luna walks off behind the bar. Talia takes her spot. And then the door opens and you see that same cloaked figure step out.
How ominous.
Gallis, I think it's time we leave. This might get testy, and I'd rather not stick around.
It seems to me that you're the only one that's been, hurt so far.
I won't give them here now, but I'll think of them at some point.
Yeah. I look at Talia and just kind of like, I saw that other person walk in quickly and then come back out. He seems to be younger, unlike most folk here.
Talia whispers to you. And as she's whispering to you, she's like deadlocked staring at Lena and the hooded figure. She's not from around here.
Neither are we. Oh,
Well, as she says that, you can hear in a really low voice, low sharp voice, but just enough to pick up if your passive perception is over 12.
Yep.
Which I think is Gallis, Radu, or 12 or higher. So Gallis, Radu, and Nephon would hear this. Jin and the narrator would not hear this.
Not so omniscient now.
Lena here whispers, tonight, in the private room, a burnt hand doesn't like mistakes. I'll make sure the package is ready. And then she quickly glances across the tavern and looks over at Talia. And as you look back at Talia, you can see she's getting really nervous. She's twisting her apron. Her expression is really tight, and she worries. And then she whispers to you, Gallis, this is going to be the end of us. And then you see the hooded woman also leave, open the door, and then get inside. And you can kind of glance to the side.
Retranscribed, please.
Yeah, you can kind of see over here as she walks in. This looks like the private dining room area as she walks back in.
Ooh. Why aren't we in there?
That's what Lena whispered to that hooded figure.
Mm-hmm.
For those that know about the Nevermore Expanse, you would know the Burnt Hand. There's two prominent thieves guilds in the Nevermore Expanse. One is the Hereafter, which is the big one. Like the major thieves guild was also a thieves guild in Living Erenel. The Burnt Hand is a thieves guild from Braylet that's trying to make their way. Has been actively against the Hereafter. So Radu was kind of correct in his assumption.
And that was because of his wisdom and not because he's classist.
Yes. Why do you say that will be the end of this? Is he's like kind of whispers to Talia.
We've come into possession of a cursed object, and Lena thinks it's best to turn it over to the burnt hand. I don't like making dealings with such thievery.
Cursed objects sound exciting for parties of adventurers. Adventurers.
Get a little bit more information about this item. You know, since we tipped so generously.
It's a it's a wooden pendant. We think it might be cursed, and we think that it might be why the town's dying. So if they would take it away, maybe we can recover.
I've had quite enough of cursed pendants. I wish you well in getting rid of it. I have been unsuccessful in getting rid of mine.
So you know something about
Now-
cursed pendants?
Can
Sure. He'll pull
I-
out his like gilded pendant with like the encrusted gem, and as he sort of pulls out now we're sitting, people might get a better look. It has a sort of chicken. It sort of looks like a half chicken, half dragon, curled on the front of this pendant, with like, and a singular ruby as the eye, and it's entirely gold, with just some slight accents of silver. And he goes, "Well, if you want this, you can have it. It's a great pendant. Has stayed with me through thick and thin," and he'll hand it over to her. Just freely, happily.
Oh no, if it's cursed, I don't want another cursed pendant. He doesn't take it from me.
Boss. Fair enough.
Can I roll like an arcana or something for the, like, if I would know anything about like a cursed pendant in an area like this? In this area?
Make a history check.
Holy crits it.
Oh, damn.
The smartest
Okay.
man.
So you're gonna see her describing the pendant. You're gonna see the omniscient narrator just kind of like put his hand to his head, like he's kind of remembering something.
So Talia's going to show you the pendant as you're looking at it. And as she shows you the pendant, you see there's something inscribed on the pendant. It looks like five lines. Two of the lines look to have been scratched off, so you can only see 3 of the lines, but I'll put where the other lines are scratched off so you can kind of read it. This is what's inscribed on this pendant. So line 1 says, "Take heed, for undying iniquity rests within this town." Line 2 and line 3 are scratched. Line 4 says, We, the unwelcomed faith of nevermore, leave this warning. And then line 5 says, "So none shall ever forget the bloodshed. Take heed, lest evil awaken." And as you stare at this with your 25 history check, you feel drawn to it. You feel like you've seen this inscription before. It's hard to make the connection of where you've seen the inscription, but you definitely know that in your past life that this inscription means something to you.
Looking at this in a completely almost different voice. Interesting. And then he'll just jerk his head back.
Seeing you change, Talia's going to pocket it. Almost like she's worried that you might want to take it from her. She puts it in her pocket. "Oh, we'll be rid of it soon enough. If you excuse me." And she's going to rush off.
You know something about that, narrator?
Oh, I'm not an adventurer myself. I would know nothing. Unfortunately.
It seemed like you did.
The dude crit his first backstory back thing.
Well, what would you guys like to do then?
Well, truth be told, I would like to continue heading towards larger towns until we can perhaps ourselves more comfortably established.
Oh, but a first adventure would be a great way to establish oneself as an adventurer.
You seem very keen on making me an adventurer, and I'll admit to you, it is not my goal.
Well, we don't really have much coin left, so if you want to live as lavishly as you want, we'll have to try and figure out how to make coin.
Yes, well, I do need to get home. I do have a wedding waiting for me.
You're most worried about a wedding.
Oh, no matter. It doesn't affect you. He sort of shakes his head. Now. Well, in any case, I don't think there's much coin to be had in a town like this. Sort of gestures at the ambient poverty. An interest in whatever that wooden amulet scratched in cursed writing was.
It
I
may
guess
be
we
worth
could
some
try.
good coin to investigate. Yes, adventurer.
I just sort of looks at the narrator and just sighs. Considering I need all of your competencies to keep myself not dead so far, if you decide we're looking into this, I will follow suit. I will.
And
I wouldn't
so
mind.
the adventuring party has decided to partake upon this quest.
Glenn is gonna walk by.
I
the
wouldn't
bar.
mind helping the
Oh my god.
small little town.
Well, I guess we're doing this, aren't we?
What are you doing? Lena says as she walks by. Do you
Looking for a place to stay. Does there happen to be a area?
Yeah, so you can stay here if you wish. We offer rooms, 1 silver piece a night. I heard you're looking for coin. If you're looking for a job, maybe you should talk to Priest Alvin. We've had, unfortunately, for the past few nights, there's a fox terrorizing the town, and this fox keeps killing our chickens. And he's looking to hire brave adventurers to deal with this problem.
Need adventurers.
A fox?
Fox?
Yeah, sorry about that. That must be
a rather
quite some
mean
fox. Yeah.
Well, see, no one here really knows how to deal with the situation.
I'd recommend hiring sort of a hunter.
And that's why you're
Or using
here.
a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I guess that
adventurer
would
of
be
sorts.
it would be quick
Again.
money, I guess.
If you're interested,
I
Talk
don't
to
have a
Priest
bow
Alvin.
or cross. Nothing. Anyway.
and if you want to hire a room or collect a room for the night, it's just 1 silver. I see you've laid quite a bit of coin though. I think it might already be covered if it's what you wish.
Yeah, we probably could use a night or two here.
I will pay for one, so I'll give her gold. I don't have any silver, so I would need change back.
Yeah, that's for 2 days. Thanks.
If everyone's taking it for 2, I'll also take for 2.
No, your 1 gold will pay for
Yeah,
2
for
nights for
two
all of us.
everybody.
You bastard.
You know, Radu,
You did say you were
2
rich.
nights. And I do sort of sees and goes, sighs, fair enough.
I never knew you. I never would have guessed you had a generous side.
2 nights, okay. You want me to show you to your rooms now, or
Yes, if you would.
Please.
Have your equipment down before we.
please follow?
Vacation this lovely town. he says with just the utmost disdain.
She walks up to the door here, and as she walks up, you can briefly look into this in the private dining room, and you can see there's a very wily looking thug inside the room. He has his very distinguishable left hand is burnt. And he looks at all of you as you walk by. Now, if you get close to here, you can click right here, and it should teleport you up to the upstairs.
Ooh, fancy.
And there's like a flashing loading screen too.
Fancy, fancy.
I will join you guys soon. Give me a second.
I don't trust Radu by himself down there.
We have
Wait, what
three
am I
rooms
supposed to be
here.
able to click? I don't see a teleporting out button.
Just click on the stairs.
Click on
Yeah,
stairs.
just click on the
Upstairs.
stairs. Yeah.
Oh, wild.
Then if
Great.
you want to go down, you have to click on these stairs when you get next to them. We have 3 rooms here. Each one has 2 beds. So 2 of you might have to double up into a room, but 1 of them will be free. It's very roomy. There's a desk. We keep it quite warm. Fresh linens. But I'll let you all move in, and I'll see you all.
Radu has claimed a room for his own.
I have paid for the rooms. I can have my own private room.
That's shit.
The rest of you can share.
Fair enough.
They have these cool new wall
like-
windows too that you can like, if you get close you can look out, but if you're too far away you can't look out. Pretty sick.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah.
I'm just
Can
geeking
I
over Foundry.
slide the beds together to make sort of a double-sized bed?
Okay.
For a halfling.
Oh yeah, for sure. Double-sized bed for this tiny halfling.
Little man, big bed.
So the tieflings are doubling up. Nephon and Jin are in a room, and then Radu's got a room to himself.
What time of day is it right now? Still, is it like noonish still? Or is it?
It's probably about an hour later. Still pretty early in the day.
I'm gonna sit down and start writing my journal. Writing about how badly I've suffered these past 2 days. Had to walk and speak to poor people. These truly are the worst of times.
Still curious. I'd really ask the narrator. So I saw your voice change when you read that inscription.
What do you mean by that?
Almost as if a second personality came out.
Well, I will be honest, the pendant did look rather interesting, but I have no idea what else you could mean. Perhaps there's a mystery that must be... oh god. That must be unfurled, adventurer.
I guess since it's still kind of early in the day, I would kind of pop in here. Like, do we want to go see that priest or whatever? To see
Yes.
really what this fox deal is.
Yeah, hopefully we can
Finish
find out
writing.
some more information as well.
When I finish writing my journal, I will come out and sort of join the group and be like, I guess we are off.
Oh, so you're part of us again.
I'm part of the group. I paid for your room. I'm clearly participating.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the priest is at the temple then.
Yeah, so you want to leave and go to the temple?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has already taken the sacred oath to partake upon a quest.
I will admit, this is the first time I will have gone into a Crimson Order temple. I'm not...
Alright, one sec here. You see that door symbol right here?
Yeah.
So if you walk up to it, click on Attitude, it'll take you inside the temple. But let me,
Ooh, exciting.
Where's my temple? I've transitioned to using only notes inside Foundry instead of having like written notes next to my mouse. It takes me, I'm getting used to finding my notes. Definitely weird.
Yeah.
Different. Ha! So you make your way up the hill. The whole of this hilltop has been given over to religious purposes. More specifically, the Crimson Order. The temple here is a temple made of wood. It doesn't look like it gets much foot traffic. But you do see there's a small gravestone, and then further past the hill, there's a little place to live, and then it looks like it goes to a much larger gravesite. The door to the temple is closed, but it's still middle of the day, and you're aware that with the Crimson Order that you just walk into a temple when you're ready to give tax or to speak to a priest. As you step inside, you see a series of log benches arrayed around the pavilion here, which look to the front. There's a younger woman, looks to be doing with busy work. She's maybe looks in her late teens, early 20s. And then there's a much older priest, very old, very elderly, standing in front of the altar to the Scarlet Walker. And as you walk in, the priest continues about his duties. The woman comes up. Greetings, have you come to give your blood tax to the Blood Queen?
We came because we told there was a problem with an animal.
Oh, you've come to answer Priest Alvin's job.
Discuss it, yes.
Sure, come. Priest Alvin. There's some hunters here that want to deal with the fox. The priest slowly turns around and steps forward. Hello there. Don't know if I've seen you before.
No, we are sort of passing through.
Need of some coin?
Well, coin's always acceptable.
Well, we seem to have a fox problem. Which is pretty odd because for the past few days, farmers have been complaining about their foxes being taken, but for a fox to eat this much, it's strange. But we are looking for someone to handle the beast.
Are you sure it's a fox?
Honestly, no. And in fact, none of the farmers have reported any blood or feathers left behind from the what's called a crime scene. But I am offering 2 healing potions and 100 gold pieces to anyone that can deal with this issue. I would prefer the foxes trapped and removed peacefully, but I do understand it might be necessary to use force. Something you
turn around and
something you're interested in taking up?
Turn around and see the rest of the group like standing way at the back.
I want to turn to Jin and go. I'm gonna take out a coin and just go. Heads, it's a fox. Tails, it's significantly worse.
All right, let's find out.
Which is which?
I was counting 2 as tails.
Yeah,
So
I
that's the
figured.
second thing I mentioned. He said, knew it, and puts the coin back in his pouch.
Well, I guess we'll
think
figure
they're
out if we
excited.
can dispose of it peacefully.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Wink.
Well, Priest, I think we will take you up on your offer.
That is good to hear. I've seen fox tracks over by the graveyard towards the base of the hill before you walk into town. You might want to start your search there.
Oh, yeah, Jin will throw a thumbs up at Gallis when he sees Gallis turn around to look at them.
I want to give him a sort of disinterested shrug.
Neff is staring at the statue of the Scarlet Walker with some disdain, like poorly veiled disdain. He's not really paying attention to what's being said.
Have you all given your blood tax for the week?
Well, we haven't been here for a week yet, so we're holding off on the blood tax.
Understandable. Whenever you need to give your tax, just you can please come here and I'll take care of it for you.
Yep, we will definitely do that. I look so forward to it.
I know none of us do, but somehow the Crimson Order, they always seem to know when someone doesn't give their weekly tax. Best not to tempt fate.
Look at them, all so full of blood, like a balloon.
Wait. She rushes over to Nephon. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
I don't mean this negatively, but you look like someone who's experienced a great deal.
Some would say. Yes. What are you trying to ask?
Do you have ties to speaking with the dead?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just trying to find someone that knows how to communicate with the dead. I keep hearing these whispers, and you're the first people that I've seen not from town. And I just thought, I don't mean to be mean. You just look like you've experienced much, and usually they say those that have experienced a great deal are tied to death. And I'm sorry if I offended you.
He kind of stares at her for a moment, a little perplexed, not. And he's gonna look at Radu real quick, kind of like a. What do I say?
As soon as you look over, Radu is going to interject like, I have incredibly good news for you, my dear friend. I am in fact a medium. I speak to the dead. And for a very reasonable fee, I
Oh
will
my
help you.
god.
I don't have any money, but every time I leave the church and head home, I just hear whispers coming from the graveyard, and I was hoping to know what they were saying to me.
Well, you and I can look into that, and then we can organize a way for you to pay me back. How's that sound? I'm thinking maybe blood. Considering where we are, that seems to be the...
I could pay your
We can
blood
get back
tax
to
for
this
you.
later. That sounds great, but we'll get back to this once I've looked into it for sure. I do smells blood in the water.
She's so young and naive that she believes that you're a medium. Okay.
I smell a grift when I see one.
It's been so long since we had anyone come here that of note. It feels like our luck might finally be changing.
Oh, that's one way of putting it.
optimism. But yes, we will definitely go look to see if there are any spirits in the graveyard, and we will come back to talk to you.
Thank you so much. She rushes off to her dirties. See her pick up a broom and start to sweep.
Already, I'm trying to concoct.
Radu is going to feel a hand pat him on the top of his head. I don't think you can commit tax fraud like this, little adventurer.
Firstly, just because you are taller than me does not make it fine. Second, it's not tax fraud if someone else pays your taxes for you. Now, let's be off. We have work to do.
Radu says yes to tax fraud.
Radu says absolutely yes to tax fraud.
As you're walking by, there's a door right here. You can see there's a right above this bookshelf. You see this inscribed on the bookshelf, or like right above it, into the wall. Does it pop up?
Mage hand.
Good thing to have written over the door. Oh, there we go.
Hey. That. Well, that's ominous. Surely that doesn't mean anything.
Surely that has no anything else we've seen today.
Yeah, no. Just gonna head on out. Don't recognize any similarity there.
I'm just gonna be staring at it, like, up close.
Quite dusty, but it's just there and like written against the wall.
I would, if it's really dusty, I'll wipe dust off of it.
Okay.
Try to read it like super clearly.
When you read it, the priest will walk over, seeing you do that. Oh, you've noticed the ancient scripture that was here on the church.
The narrator will rub his head a little bit. What does it refer to? I feel like I've seen this before.
We're not
Very
sure.
visibly pained while he talks like that.
Before I was a priest here, there was a very large portrait of the Scarlet Walker hung there. We took it down to clean and we saw that scripture and thought, well, maybe we should just let it be. But we're not sure what it means. You know what it means?
I don't remember.
Well, it was definitely there when this church was founded.
Interesting. Shall we be off, adventurers?
That was
Sure, man.
That was strange.
Quite.
You all be safe
What
with
would-
the fox.
We'll be off. I think we have work to do.
Yes, something to do with the fox.
It's not the fox. I tested with the dice. Sorry, I tested with a coin. And as we go to leave, Radu is going to the loose cobbles, fall face first on the ground, and sort of look up at the sky and go, "Was the rest of this not enough?" Before sort of pushing himself back up and carries and just walks out like this is just, again, sort of not phased so much as he is annoyed.
Narrator, did those words speak anything to you? Seemed like you were
Oh, I've never seen those words before. Unfortunately, adventurer.
You can call me Jin there.
Suspect that maybe there's something a little loose up in the headpan.
Yeah,
I
what
think
makes
sometimes it hits the corner and an idea comes out, and most of the time the narrator comes out.
Gallis, did you want to do anything in the church when they all walked out?
Huh?
Gallis is still in there. I was wondering if he wanted to,
Yeah.
if he's wanting to do something while he's in there.
I was just typing that.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I'll whisper you.
After that whole exchange, like, I'm immediately out the door, and then, like, my face, looks like I have no idea what just happened. Like, I was inside and now I'm out. Like, very visibly.
I gained the growing concern. We're going to have a better idea what he's going on about as we continue traveling with him. Unfortunately, I have a sneaky news. Anyway, to wherever they said the fox was, I wasn't listening.
The most basic quest of all adventuring parties. Destroy 10 vermin.
It sounds like it's only one, though.
Firstly, it's not 10. Second, it's not vermin. None of your statement was correct. Fox is not a vermin.
It is but a formula used for such quests.
I don't know why I keep engaging with you. Let's go. Come on.
You sound like you've done a lot of
This is a waste
adventuring in your
time and brain
time.
power.
As y'all walk away from the church, it's about to drop for the night. It's 5, a couple minutes till 11. Hey, now your
This is fun.
pictures are back on the thing. Can you guys click on the party and like look at what's in there?
Everyone's level of hit points.
Yeah, eventually we can put inventory in there. You guys start collecting.
Oh,
new
okay.
stuff.
That's cool.
I gotta respect the choice to make a character that's insufferable.
There's a reason for that, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna fuck around and find out very quickly.
I had 2 backstories of 1. Let's go.
I didn't think I should have did the roll for the history, but I'm like, well, given what you said about the pendant, I'm like, it would trigger something potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, if you didn't, I would have.
Well, I'm loving how ominous that all sounds.
Yeah, me too. So how about that bakery?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to my backstory coming in, which is we get to go to like a fun party, meet some cool people, with my old best friend.
so is this like a black tie wedding? Do we need to like stop someplace on our way?
Absolutely yes, 100%.
Yeah, the most difficult part of our adventure. I get us all nice clothing.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Taylor. Radu just sort of sits back, and everyone just keeps coming out in different outfits. It's like, no, you're not wearing that to my wedding. Come on now, no.
Shopping trip with Radu.
You can keep that. Just a 3 picking clothes for the wedding and then preparing the event.
Oh man.
All right. Well, that's a good first episode.
It's gonna be great.
So our next game is next week, Tuesday, 8 Eastern. And we'll pick up as you guys are
Yeah,
coming down
buddy.
the hill from the church. Dealing with the fox. You got the fox, you got the meeting that's going to happen later that night in the tavern.
We also have the graveyard to go check.
Yeah, you got the graveyard.
Yes.
That's kind of how I do towns. I just kind of dump a bunch of information on you and let you go where you want to go. That is a real dungeon crawl if you guys want to spend the time to go there. Won't be any backstory stuff, it'll just be a deep dungeon crawl for a month.
Can I get 10 floors of going through some shit and maybe dying?
Let's wait at least until I have even a modicum of competency.
Yeah, just a place to go if you guys want to do it.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to at least reckless attack before going in there.
Oh, some extra survival.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is, as you guys have finished today's episode, you're at level 2. Whee, level 2.
Oh, nice.
If you want to level up right now, you can. Take the average or roll hit dice. It should add all the stuff to you once you level up stuff.
Taking the average is the choice of cowards.
Yeah, I'm rolling right now.
Oh yeah.
Roll.
All right, a 5. I'll take a 5.
That is underwhelmingly average. It's like the only result I'm disappointed by when I'm rolling hit points is exactly the average roll.
I got below average.
You guys know how to level up in the new sheets?
Yes.
Nope. I'm trying to figure out.
There it is.
So you gotta toggle your edit.
I think I got the tough feet.
And then go to your features. And then there'll be like your level and you drop down to 2.
Ah, I see. Cool.
Oh man, there's
Nice.
Reckless attack.
I can do it.
some good options here.
It should automatically like ask you for your spells, or if you get any feats, it should add it.
That.
Cool.
You really just gonna give me like skill proficiencies that I already have? God damn it.
Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Oh, the barbarian
wait.
gets danger sense. I think is newer. That looks kind of be the same.
It's one of the following skills in which. Oh,
Then reckless attack.
wait! I get expertise as a wizard now for something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you get scholar.
Yeah. Okay.
You get another spell, I think, too, or another prepared spell.
Oh yeah, I get tactical mind. That thing's actually sick.
Oh yeah, tactical mind's really good.
Oh yeah.
You get action surge too.
Yep, I got my action surge. Yep.
That didn't prompt me for spells. I'll have to pick those.
It's really hard to pick which
Very good
to
chin.
get, consider that I don't get to use them.
Oh yeah.
I have to find ways to justify them, and unfortunately that means some of the more interesting ones are just not happening. I might just take them and wait until I can actually use them.
Cleric's new chant Divinity has a heal divinity now that automatically comes, which is pretty sweet. I think it's called Spark.
Well, Channel Divinity itself can either heal or damage with it.
Yeah. Now it doesn't just do turn. Now you can have a heal option built in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Warlock gets Cunning.
Yeah, what is that?
You can get a spell slot back pretty quick. I think you spend 1 minute and you get a spell slot.
Nice.
1 minute ritual and you get a spell slot back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. I mean, it'll definitely help me considering how often I've used spells so far.
Yeah, that'll come in handy.
I cast Sword.
4 on hit points is pretty good for a wizard. You guys have 99 total hit points as a group.
5 on a barbarian.
It's not the best.
You still got
I averaged
25.
out.
Luckily, I have the tough feet, so it balances out.
Yep. I grabbed the tough feet as well.
Oh yeah, Jin's got more health than you. He's got 26.
Yeah, I took average. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna risk my rolls. I have tough. I might as well just take the 8, the free 8.
I will keep rolling. I'll never take the average. I enjoy the chaos too much.
Of cowards.
That's what I said about eating dragon hearts, and that's never failed me before.
I gotta respect it. Gotta respect it.
Quick graphic change. Everyone's level 2 on the Twitch graphic. Nice. Well, if you're still watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Later.
Have a good night.